Oh guys, so we have all of the Halo 3 levels, not counting ODST levels, those will be on a different level. And of course we have levels from all of the Halo games, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo Elite, all the Bungie ones at least. So yes, if we want to rank them after we beat the other games, we can rank them, which includes Halo 3 ODST and those other games as well. So yes, and again, after we all the Bungie Halo games, including Elites, we will be ranking them along with this tier list as well. So we're doing Halo 3. So of course, the tier list goes from extremely hard to cakewalk. First, the Sorrow Highway, yeah, this one was pretty hard. Especially the vehicle, especially the one part firefight part with the brutes. Because you'll be low on ammo and stuff. And especially, it did help that I didn't really kill much of the enemies, so I didn't really have any good. I would, I really rushed through parts of the level, so yeah, I didn't really, have really decent weapons. And once I got to the part with the brutes, yeah, it was pretty hard to beat them because, yeah, the brutes kill you pretty quickly. Next is the storm. Yeah, the storm is just, it's not that hard. The close quarter part to put the only hard part is the scarab, and that's the only really hard part of the level. The rest of the level is actually pretty easy. So yeah, next is Crow's Nest. Yeah, it goes in hard. Crow's Nest is pretty hard, especially all the boot sections and all that stuff. And yeah, it's pretty hard. The first level is Hero Unknown Zone, that's also hard. It's not as hard as the other levels, but yeah, it's pretty difficult. Especially the forceful Jackal snipers. The Ark, oh yes, the Ark is very hard. Very difficult level. It's really long, which is why it's probably the longest level besides the Covenant. But yeah, this level is really, very, very difficult. The Hunters, you can skip the Hunters, which I sort of done that, but yeah, I wanted to fight the Hunters, which is a whole like 10 minutes. I know we can basically skip the Hunter part, but yeah, that part is pretty hard. It was the only other time we had to fight Hunters in the game. You have no rocket launches, nothing to really fight against the Hunters. And also later on, you have to fight a Scarab of a Scorpion. That hard part is not hard. The tank part is not hard, but before you get to the tank, it is pretty hard to take out the anti-airless because there's a few grunts, few hard guns as in your way. Next is Halo. Yeah, this level was easy. This level was very easy. It's not a hard level at all. The beginning is a bit difficult might overwhelm you with flood at the beginning. But yeah, People Guilty Spark isn't that hard of a boss fight. I only died once by him, and that was because I wasn't dodging his attacks. But his attacks are actually relatively easy to dodge. The rest of the level was pretty easy as well. You only get assault rifle, but you have the Arbiter on your side helping you throughout the whole mission. So yeah, and also the last part, the Warhog, yeah, that's easy as well. It's not a cakewalk, but it's still pretty easy level. Next is Cortana, yeah, that also goes in very hard. If I didn't know how to deal, yeah, no, Cortana goes in extremely hard. It's not a very long level, but it's a very difficult level. It took me as much time as Crow's Nest, and that's because of those dreaded Flood Rainstorm. If I didn't know how to fight them, it could have taken me 2 to 3 hours to beat this level. So yeah, Floodgate, yeah, that's a cakewalk. No questions there. Floodgate is a cakewalk. That level is super easy. It's pretty easy. Even on Legendary, it's very easy to beat the level. It's one of the easiest levels in all of Halo, probably. And then the last level is the Covenant. Also, that level is extremely hard as well. Expect the difficulty of this level is the 2 scarabs. The 2 scarabs can take you an hour to beat. That is just very hard to fight 2 scarabs. Unless you know how to fight scarabs, or you're a master at doing it. Yeah, this level is very hard because of the 2 scarabs. You have to take them both out while not dying by Banshees as well, which will be very difficult. The ending part was even hard with the Flood. Yeah, this level, it's still satisfying once you actually beat this level. This level probably took the most amount of time besides Tsavo Highway with the annoying. Yeah, this level probably took the longest amount. With Covenant probably took the longest amount, with the Ark and Tsavo Highway not being that far down. So yes, there we go. Those are the Halo 3 levels from hardest to easiest. So yes, if you want to play the easiest level on Legendary, just play on, Floodgate. You get shotgun very early in the level, which basically it's a close quarter level. There's no Flood Rainstorms until the end of the level, and you already have like a sniper rifle. You can get a sniper rifle or a beam rifle or, weapon that, and you only have to fight like 2 or 3 of them. 4 tank forms can be taken out with an NZ sword pretty easily, especially if you have 2 players. And yeah, this is a solo one. No, if you play with 2 players, probably some of these levels a bit easier, like Covenant, because you can have one player focus on the other both scarabs. Basically both of them get destroyed. Same thing on some of these other levels where you don't have the Marines being completely, utterly incompetent, like on Tasavo Highway and the Ark. So, yep, that's basically it. Goodbye.